Well, less than 2 weeks out from the Indigenous Voice to Parliament referendum, pre-polling begins today for half the nation. Joining us for the rest tomorrow. Public holiday in place, you see. Well, joining us live, the Assistant Minister for Indigenous Australians, Malarndirri, McCarthy. Malarndirri, good to see you. Thanks for your time this morning. So, yeah, it is a big day for several states of this referendum. Tomorrow for the rest.
Yes, Pete. Yes, and you know what? We actually started in Northern Australia last week, so we've been going for a week already. So it's good to be here in Victoria, though, for polling to start today.
So what's your message to those folks who have to get out there and vote early?
Oh, please, get out there, please support us. I mean, this is an incredible time in Australia's history to make the change that I certainly believe will be very good for our country, to give First Nations people a voice to the Parliament, enshrined in the Constitution, so that they can be able to give advice on matters that impact them. I think it's a really wonderful time in our country's history.
We've seen, and we've spoken about this many times, the polls do not show your level of confidence. How are you feeling about it with less than 2 weeks to go now?
I'm very excited, Pete. I really am. I feel, after coming off the Northern Territory, travelling through northeast Arnhem Land, seeing the overwhelming support on the Tiwi Islands and down in the centre, it has really filled my spirit with great hope and great confidence that we've got to get people to the polling booths across the country, and I certainly hope they will write yes.
What sort of a rough percentage are you working with in your mind of folks in Australia who haven't yet made up their mind? Or do you think most are now convinced they know which way they're going to go?
Well, I do think most Australians will probably still be coming to the polling booths and asking questions. And I know I'll be at St Albans here in Melbourne's West today if people want to come up and say g'day and ask any questions. But it really will come down to Australians, taking the time out of their busy schedules to actually go into the booths, Pete. And I certainly hope we've given enough information out there. There's been advertisements on air, on social media, and I do believe that Australians are aware that there is a referendum underway.
Yeah, there is a large portion of the country, though, where the voice is not front and centre. I mean, just today we've got cost of living up the top of our show. You've got more and more people who are now suffering from financial hardship. The cost of fuel now 10% higher in just the space of the last month. I mean, how much of that is a problem for you and the voice debate in general?
It's not a problem, Pete. I think it's just a reality that Australians have lots of things going on. We just saw the grand final weekend with the NRL and the AFL, which are really exciting things to be going to. So people have lots of things going on in their lives, but I think they can also be aware that, to improve the lives of 3% of the population, from high incarceration rates to the huge amount of suicides that we have in this country for First Nations people does matter, and I do think Australians are able to discern the difference.
Okay, so you're going to be out and about in Victoria today. The No case, it's led by Jacinta Price, of course. That will be she'll be headlining a rally in the West tonight. Where are the pockets, the key pockets, key battlegrounds in your view that this might come down to?
Look, I just feel it's everywhere, Pete. I think that, referendums are really tough to win. You've got to have a double majority. There is no two ways about it, irrespective of what the topic is. So I think that's the reality I've certainly taken on board as I entered this campaign. And so everywhere matters as far as I'm concerned. And right now it's the people of Victoria.